This present video. In the previous video, we had discussed about notice writing, and in that I had told you about some of the intricacies, the details of notice writing. Today, I'll tell you about how to write letters. Letters in school curriculum, we normally have two kinds of letters. One is the informal writing, and the other is the formal letters. As I discussed earlier in my video on notice writing, that the writing of students should contain these 5 C's: clarity, conciseness, completeness, correctness, and courtesy. Also, I told you that the writing of students should have coherence, fluency, and accuracy. There were some elements that I told you that should be avoided because that makes writing dirty or shabby. That was the elements of shabby writing: omission, repetition, redundancy, regression, etc. One thing I'll tell you before starting to learn how to write letters, that there is a technique in English called the coder technique, C-O-D-E-R, coder. C stands for collection of ideas, O for organization of ideas, organizing ideas, D for drafting it, E for editing, and R for revision. The coder technique. When you get your question paper in your examination, I'll suggest that when you read the question paper, leave your pen for a minute, think over the question. And when you try to think over the question, you collect ideas. Because some of the students often start to write, and what happens? Ideas flow in a jumbled manner, and that spoils their writing. So leave your pens, stop, think, collect those ideas, organize those ideas, and thereafter put them into writing. There are 2 types of letters that basically we deal in school. The letter writing, that is, one is the informal letter, the other is the formal letter. Informal letters are letters that we write to our friends, relatives, and formal letters contain all official letters, applications, letter to the editor, business or complaint letters, and all letters that are done in a formal manner. To begin with, let me tell you the difference between formal and informal letters. Informal letters. An informal letter is a letter you write to a friend or a family member. It does not necessarily need to have a format, but there is a standard. Because when you write, you must need some standard description to be put in there. So there is a standard in school that we follow. An informal letter, a formal letter is written to a business or a college or professional institution or any office that are not considered to be family or friends. Name, address, phone number, email, example of the layout, etc. that we'll discuss now. I'll give you an example of informal letters that you can see in the slide bill. Besides that, informal letter, there is no permanency of formatting. You can change the formats according to your needs. But to maintain standard, what we do is we put the sender's address on top. Then we also give the date so that the receivers can know the date. Thereafter, the salutation can vary. You can write dear, you can write lovely, and your friend, and so on and so forth. There is no fixation even of the body of the informal letter. Your thoughts, if they pour in a jumbled manner, no problem. Let them pour. It can come in any sequence. No sequence is required. But in a formal letter, we do require sequences. And to conclude the letter, you can add adjectives according to your lovely friend, your dear friend, your trustworthy, and so on. It's all up to you. So informal letter does not contain any fixed format, but can be written as per the will of the writer. But when we deal it in examinations, we follow some standards that, as I told you, that the sender's address will be there on top, the date will be there, the salutation dear friend will be there, thereafter the body will be there, and at the last the name of the writer will be there. If you see the curriculum of CBSE schools, right from class 6 onwards to class 12th, you have to write some or the other type of formal letter. In class 5, 6, you get to write applications to the principal of your school. Thereafter, from 6, 7, 8 onwards, you get to write letters to the editor, highlighting concern over some problem that you are facing in the society, the locality, or the country is facing some problem at large. Those problems are discussed through the medium of newspapers. Thereafter, in the +2 level, at the +2 level, you have business letters, letters of complaint, letters, official letters regarding sale and purchase, etc. So let us see what these formal letters do basically need to have. As was in the case of notice that putting it in a box was required, there is no need to put it in a box. But I'll always suggest my students to begin these letters from a fresh page. And suppose this is your answer sheet, 2 sides of the answer sheets can be used. Your length will vary from say 1¼ page to 1½ page, and you should always use fresh page. And at the end of it, you can just demarcate the page by drawing a line. There is no need to draw a box, but there is a perfect alignment that is to be drawn. For a formal letter, first we need to put the sender's address. The sender's address may not include the name, but the address will run in 2 lines. Each word of the address section, the sender's address section, will begin with a capital letter, and each compound word will be bifurcated by a comma, a full stop at the end. So 2 lines, sender's address. If you wish, you can leave a line for clarity, then write the date. As you can see, the date in language format. I always suggest my students to write date in language format. By language format, what I mean is writing, suppose today is the 5th of July. 5, TH as superscription, July, July, and the full year 2020. 5th July 2020. Instead of slashing it or dashing it like 05-07-2020 or putting a /05. So we should avoid, right, in language format. The date, then again you can leave a line, and then you need to write the receiver's address. The receiver's address, the person whom you are intending to send the letter. Now in an informal letter, you were writing to a friend or a relative, you addressed by name. But in a formal letter, we never address by name. Mind it, a formal letter is written to a chair, and that chair is particular. So a definite article, that is THE, the, must first come before the designation. Like if you are writing to the editor of a newspaper, you will write the editor. Then comes, you have to write, say, to the editor of a local daily or a national daily. Now sometimes students get confused. Local daily is not the name of a newspaper. Local daily means daily is a newspaper that is published on a daily basis, and local means within your area, publication within your area. Whereas a national daily, the publication is nationwide circulation. If I just give you example, newspapers like Hindustan, Aaj, Prabhat, but they are local dailies. But national dailies, the Hindu, the Times of India, the Hindustan Times, these are national dailies circulated on a national level. So local daily and national daily should not be confused to be names of newspaper. But if you want, you can very well make them the name. If you add a definite article before them, if the is inserted, like you write the editor, the local daily, it will become the name of a newspaper. If you are to write a letter to the editor of a local daily, try to put the address locally. Suppose we are at CSDAV Motihari, we are giving the address of Motihari. Let us write to the editor of the Hindustan, Motihari. Not to send it to Delhi, because that will mean it a national daily. Informal letters in the CBSE curriculum, to and from is omitted. We do not use from such and such date to such and such. To and from is left out. We just write the sender's address in 2 lines, leave a line, put the date, then the receiver's address, the editor the Hindustan, Motihari. Thereafter comes the salutation. The person you are sending the letter, the chair, you need to address him. Sir. Sir is the rightful salutation. But these days, seeing the flexibility that English language has, we also use dear sir or respected sir. But too much of bias or pampering should be avoided. Normally, formal writing does not say that we should use esteemed sir, honorable sir, or that sort, or madam. We should just use sir or madam to the person addressed. You are writing, dear. First, once again I remind you, first sender's address, leave a line, date, leave a line, receiver's address, the editor, the Hindustan, Motihari, leave a line, put dear sir or madam or sir or madam. In the next line, you have to put the subject. Subject is a one-liner that tells the person what the letter is all about. Therefore, the subject must contain the crux of the letter. And because it is official, if you start your subject with regarding or concerning, that puts you to the point. Like, there is a question in the example I'll give you just after this. Is suppose you are writing to the editor of a local daily about the bad condition of roads in your locality. You can give the subject, put a colon, and after that write the subject regarding the poor condition of electricity, regarding the bad condition of roads in our locality. Okay? After that, after the subject, there comes the content of our letter. To begin with the content, normally we use or write a line to show our gratitude to the editor, in the sense that we are using his newspaper as a medium to highlight our concern. So what happens? The formal language, suppose you are writing to the editor, goes, through the medium of your esteemed newspaper column, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the problem of such and such. So that comes, introduces your text. I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the poor condition of roads in our locality. Then you have to give the cause. What is the cause of the poor condition? You must be having 2 or 3 points. Suppose I say poor condition of roads. You can write after, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the poor condition of roads in our locality. Full stop. Thereafter, it so happens that people are careless. They do not take care and throw garbage into the drains, which make the drains overflow. And as a result, during the rainy season, when the water overflows, waterlogging is there on the roads, and when heavy vehicles pass, it creates puddles, ditches, and when innocent vehiclists, they try to cross those ditches, they fall, causing fatal accidents. So this is the cause and also the effect. The cause of the problem and also the effect of the problem has been put inside in one line or a one point. Thereafter, if you have put the cause, you must also give the solution to it. So you can go for a para change. In a formal letter, we try to begin all paragraphs from the same alignment, left-hand alignment. If you see it from right from the beginning, the address, the date, the receiver's address, the salutation, the body, everything will begin from the left-hand side in one alignment. The first word of each line should come under the line above or the word above, and that will create a alignment. Normally, small children tend to draw a line to be straight enough, but at the secondary or the senior secondary level, I don't think you need to draw a line. You just have to go beneath it, and that will put you straight forward. So when you start a fresh para in the formal letter, you should start from the very beginning of the line, maintaining that same alignment. So what I was telling you, in the first para, you introduced your letter, you gave the cause, the effect. In the next para, you will give a solution to it. Solution: that I would request or urge or entreat. I would entreat the authorities concerned to take speedy measures for repairs of roads. At the same time, I would also request the common citizens to take a bit of care not to throw garbage in the drains that causes choking and overflowing. That will protect the roads. A one line, say, highlighting of concern can be put, like if you see in the example I have put it, a little effort on our part will work wonders. Thereafter comes a word of gratitude, that is the thanks. But this is a formal letter. In an informal letter, we could have just written thanks. But in a formal letter, we must always write thanking you. So we'll write thanking you, and thereafter yours truly, the name as given in the question. You can also write other adjectives to end up your letter, yours truly, yours sincerely, but normally yours lovingly, yours faithfully, they are avoided. So yours truly is the best one. Yours thanking you, yours truly, the name as given in the question or intended at the bottom. That is all that you need to write in a formal letter. In this presentation, I'll further give you an example. Suppose I'll just see that how things are done. You are, suppose, Akanksha Adwitiya, a resident of Civil Lines, Motihari. You are pained to see the bad condition of roads and the overflowing of drains in the locality. Write a letter to the editor of a local dailies expressing your concern. So how to write it? I'll just show you. Just have a look. First, the sender's address in 2 lines, Civil Lines, Motihari. Then, leaving a line, we come with the date, 5th July 2020. Then, leave a line and give the receiver's address, the editor. Mind it, never forget the. You are writing to the chair. The editor, the Hindustan, Motihari. 3 lines, 3 words. Small address. Always use small addressing. The more you write, the more error will come. So, thereafter, respected sir or sir, and then the subject. And all these will fall in one alignment, one line, straight line. Starting, you will see that the full letter is in alignment. Thereafter, the content, and after the content that I told you, one line of highlighting the concern, then thank you or thanking you as gratitude, and yours truly, yours faithfully, and the name of it. So that tells you about how to write a formal letter. So I'll tell you some of the common problems or common mistakes that children often commit while writing formal letters. First, in the address section, as I told you earlier, that all words to begin with capital letters and thereafter the small ones. All compound nouns to be bifurcated by a comma, and finally the address would come to an end with a full stop. Date in the language format. Thereafter the receiver's address using the before the editor, word editor, the editor, and similarly using the word the before the name of the newspaper is must. You must never forget it, and the name of the place at the bottom of the name of the newspaper. Like the receiver's address will go in 3 lines at least. The editor, the name of the newspaper, that is the Hindu, the Hindustan, and last Motihari, Patna, Delhi, whatever, 3 lines. Thereafter the salutation, sir, madam, or dear sir, madam. After that, subject. You can also underline the subject. Sometimes questions is complimentary salutation. What should be the correct salutation? Should we write sir, dear sir, respected sir, honorable sir, etc. Sir is the best option. But these days, as I told you earlier, dear sir or respected sir will also do. But avoid pampering. In formal letters, commonly students commit a mistake at the end, they write thanks, thank you. These are informal words. This is informal style, writing thanks or thank you. you must always write thanking you. Okay, then there is the complementary closure problem. What should be the closure? Yours faithfully, yours truly, yours sincerely. Yours sincerely, yours truly is the best option. Avoid informal words like faithfully, lovingly, etc. Yours truly, the best one. One more mistake that students often do is yours, Y-O-U-R-S. They put an apostrophe S. Yours is the possessive case of you. It does not require an apostrophe, putting in single inverted comma. Y-O-U-R-S, yours is itself sufficient. No apostrophe. It should be you are, and yours, if an apostrophe is put, it will mean you, yours is, your is, which will be incorrect. So yours does not require an apostrophe. Yours truly, put a comma, then below. So I hope this will help you to learn how to write formal letters. In fact, for more details, more sample of letters, please visit our school's website for complete, say, like business letters, letters of complaints, and other types of letters. I'll give you some samples which you can deal with, and thereafter learn how to write formal letters. So, thank you all of you. I hope this will help you during this era, and you will learn how to write letters. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Can anybody out there hear me?